What's up guys? So in this video I wanted to give you my 10 favorite book recommendations. These books have transformed my life the most. If you don't know who I am or why you should listen to me or why you shouldn't listen to me, I'm just going to give you a very quick background. So in the past 3 years I went from being a complete degenerate, addicted to multiple things, to scaling my online business, getting into personal development, quitting everything, like in terms of vices, in terms of bad habits, building a network of 6, 7, 8-figure guys who are all incredibly impactful in my life, who are all high achieving, or maybe, I have friends who aren't at that level yet, but they are all very hardworking and just amazing people to be around. And overall, I just live a very happy existence. I think these 10 books have helped me the most with that, so I'll show you each one of them. So I'm going to give you my favorite book last, but I'm going to start off with what I think is the first personal development book that I have gotten into, and ever since I have reread it multiple times. It's an epic read. It's called The Way of the Superior Man. So this book is very interesting because it teaches you a lot about male-female dynamics, about better understanding women, better understanding yourself, better understanding the desires you naturally have as a man, better understanding how to funnel the energy that you have. And it's just an amazing read. If you're a guy, it's a must read. I even let pretty much made my maybe like longtime girlfriend at the time read the book, just because of how impactful I thought it was and how good it explained male-female dynamics. The second book that I wanted to give you is Map of Consciousness. So it's not necessarily that this book is the best one. Maybe some other people prefer Power versus Force, like by the same author and the person who explains this concept, but the concept is the map of consciousness. So every single person operates at a certain frequency. And if you operate at a very low frequency, like doubt and like shame, you are not going to see the right answers to your problems. You're not going to find the solutions to your problems. You're not going to be happy whatsoever. You're just going to live a life with very bad self-talk. And if you can start to understand where on this scale you're operating at, you can start to step beyond that and start to increase it. And so this is fundamental to better understand why you think the way you do, why you feel the way you do. The third book that I wanted to give you is Deep Nutrition. So this book is extremely interesting because it will teach you a lot about having the right nutrition, about a lot of misconceptions in modern healthcare, modern nutrition. And nutrition is the foundation of great health. And so it'll teach you a very strong basis for getting a better diet and creating stronger babies, staying strong yourself, just all of these things that are very important for longevity for both yourself and your offspring. The fourth book that I wanted to recommend is Principles. This is a book that I have gifted many times to people. It is a book that I have both in my Kindle, both as an audiobook, both as a hard copy. I re-listen to it quite frequently, and it just has a lot of powerful tools to better understand your reality. It's by Ray Dalio, who is the CEO of Bridgewater. He's a multi-billionaire, just a very successful person. And in the book, he kind of teaches the principles that he uses to make better decisions and live a better life. So highly recommend that. Number 5, I don't have a hard copy of, but it's the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. So if you want to build big amounts of wealth and if you want to live a happy existence, that's what the book is about. And it teaches you especially how to do that in the technological kind of age. Extremely interesting. This guy is a very, very successful investor, but also just in terms of philosophy and the way he thinks about life, he is extremely powerful in the way he approaches things. Number 6, The Obstacle is the Way. So this is one of the first personal development books that I read as well, and it'll teach you a lot about adversity and using adversity as feedback and as a tool to be used rather than something that is a big wall that you can't push through. Book number 7 is The Cabalion. So I highly recommend to read this book if you're unfamiliar with it. It is essentially a kind of baseline of fundamental universal laws on how the universe works, on how everything around us works. And it gives a big kind of introduction. It's, I think, the most comprehensive book on Hermetic philosophy. It's just extremely powerful. Very interesting, for example, is the law of vibration. This is something that people had figured out thousands of years before Christ. And now only with modern science, we are figuring out that with quantum physics, right, everything is vibrating. They already knew that way before us. Book number 8 is Mastery by Robert Greene. the reason why this book was so impactful for me is that I used to always be extremely outcome driven. I wanted to get the result now. I didn't have any patience to get to the place where I needed to go. And so I would constantly be trying to take shortcuts and doing things the wrong way around, where I was trying to sell a product that just was not as good as it needed to be. And I wasn't as aligned as I needed to be personally. I wasn't the capable person in terms of my coaching, for example, that I need to be. And so I was trying to sell something that was partly broken. This book really taught me to take a step back and to slow down and to just embrace the journey, embrace the process, right? Because the outcome doesn't matter. And you can tell someone that until they get to that, right? They'll realize that, but I can just assure you, from the level that I've attained so far, it doesn't matter. And all the people that have gone and achieved way more, they say the exact same thing. Obviously, once I get there, I'll report back and tell the exact same thing at that moment in time. Book number 9, I wasn't really sure which one to go with. I had Think and Grow Rich here, and I have Reality Transurfing here. Both of these are very interesting, but to be frank, I haven't even finished Reality Transurfing. Just the ideas of this book have been extremely profound in the short period of time. Think and Grow Rich, I presume you have seen this on different lists before. It teaches a lot of fundamentals around better having a mindset, having a definite purpose, which is the most important thing. So we'd recommend that one as well. But the Reality Transurfing is particularly very interesting, around the concepts of not chasing after things, around how to shift your reality, how to shift and see things in a better light. Okay, so last and favorite book. This one is very interesting because actually I've only found out about it right before the new year. So it's only been, 3.5 months that I've been reading this book, and it has been so extremely impactful. My co-founder Niels actually gave this book to me, and every person that he gives it to, they love it. A friend that I sent it to, he hit his first 10K week right while reading this book. It's called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. So this book will really shift you into the right mindset around just ending all worry, being in the right state of being, having the right mindset, having the right attitude towards life, towards happiness, towards money, towards everything, to just create the best existence possible, but also create the life that you desire in the most efficient way possible. It explains a lot of different, more abstract concepts like the law of attraction, these types of things, in a very understandable way, to where it isn't as airy-fairy, like there's some magic trick that happens. It's just made very sensical. And so I highly, highly recommend you to just read that. So these will be my 10 favorite book recommendations. I was just thinking about this, and one I would have probably added is Relentless as well, so you can take that as a bonus. But I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any thoughts about this, if you have any specific recommendations you would add, and I will see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful.